wanted to give a quick preface to this video. Obviously the political climate is insane right now, and it's been a long time coming. I am fortunate enough that my university actually required me to take a couple classes in, social injustice, and racism was one of the major ones. And I am scarily familiar with racial injustices within the prison system and the justice system, and I think I have been dismayed but also so pleasantly surprised with how people have turned out in order to support our Black brothers and sisters, and people who have turned out as allies who before never had to think about it because of their own white privilege. And I think it's been incredible to see the work that has happened, and the strides that have been made. There's obviously so much farther to go, but I want to use my small platform and encourage everyone to keep it a safe space for people of all different walks of life. And I don't want anyone to think that this video is me asserting my white privilege, and not like I don't have to worry about that stuff. I absolutely do think about the current state of our world and what our current political power is encouraging in US citizens. I hope for a better tomorrow, but I know that we're gonna have to put the work in, and I'm fully committed to putting work in, and I strongly encourage all of you to. Just wanted to preface this video by saying that it's kind of it's a lighter-hearted video, but I didn't want to release it without acknowledging that it is a serious and scary time in our world. But there is good, and I challenge you to find the good in your own lives, because the DCP is very much giving me a source for good in mine, and there is so much good going on in our world. It's easy to get caught up in the darkness and the violence. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jordan Hadley, and I make DCP, Disney, and lifestyle related contents here. If you are interested in any of the aforementioned content, please consider giving me a subscribe, and also while you're there, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a single upload. Today's video is the DCP tag, which I'm super excited to film, but I hope this will be a helpful tool if you would like to get to know me a little bit better, get to know what I'm excited about in the parks and what kind of content you can look forward to. Without further ado, let's get into it. Question number one is, how did you hear about the program? I actually heard about it through a family friend who did the college program while I was in high school, and actually still works for Disney. And by hearing him living his best life and all the amazing things that he's experienced and done while living in Disney World, I was hooked, and I knew I wanted to do it. We went on a Disney family trip while he was working down there, and he was telling us all about it. And actually later on in that same trip, I was talking to another girl who was working on the the college program, and she was saying that she recommended doing it post-grad because then you don't have to go back to school and try and go back to real life. And I knew that was something that I wanted to do, and so here we are. I just graduated, and I will be starting my college program in August. Number two is, how was the interview process? My interview process was actually pretty smooth, but also different. I applied the day apps dropped. Within an hour, I was offered a web-based interview, or a WBI, and then I completed my WBI and got a notification that I was going to be offered a phone interview, but I wasn't going to be able to take my phone interview for so many days while they kind of figured out the schedule of all the people who had been offered the phone interview before I was. I eventually accepted a time slot, and I was in the parks. I was actually in Magic Kingdom at the time, and I pulled over to a little area near Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell, kind of on the wooden bridge. if you've been to Magic Kingdom, there's a wooden bridge that kind of connects Frontierland to Liberty Square, and I was on that bridge because it was a little bit more quiet, and it was quiet up until the Liberty Bell decided to go off multiple times, so that was fun. But my recruiter was totally fine with that there was a little bit of noise. She was just happy that for me to be in the parks, and I think it honestly may have not helped, but it definitely didn't hurt like I thought it might have, or like some told me that it might. Question number 3 is, where was I when I found out that I was accepted? I was actually in choir at my college. I had gotten an email a couple hours earlier during the day, but I am really bad about checking my email frequently, and so I was in choir while my choir director was working with another section, and I was swiping through my email and I got the notification that I had been accepted. Question number 4 is, what is your role? And I am in costuming. I'm hoping that I will be in entertainment costuming instead of costuming ops, but I think everyone gets trained in, from what I've learned, everyone gets trained in on costuming ops, and then you kind of branch off eventually. I know there will be less opportunities in like camp costuming entertainment, just because there are going to be fewer shows, fewer meet and greets, but the characters will still be around, so there's still a chance that I will be able to help people get into costume and things like that. Question number 5 is, what are you going to miss while on this program? I think the biggest thing that I'm going to miss is my friends from college and high school. My parents already have a trip planned for Christmas time, and so I'll see them, and my boyfriend is moving down there with me, so I'll obviously see him. But my friends, but at the same time, like, because I did graduate, I think it's easier to step away because I know, not that those relationships are ending, but we were already planning on kind of having longer distance relationships anyways. So it makes it a little bit easier. Question number 6 is, which park is your favorite? And hands down, Hollywood Studios. That's the park with all of the stage shows, and I love stage shows. I would kill to be in like Voyage of the Little Mermaid or Frozen Sing-Along or even Jedi Trials of the Temple. I think any of those sound so freaking cool. And I will be going on auditions for those when I'm down there. But the stage shows are there, and Star Wars Land, I love the old Hollywood feel. It's just, Hollywood Studios is absolutely my favorite. Question number 7 is, what is the first thing you want to do when you get there? I'm in a slightly interesting situation because I am moving down and not staying in CP housing. So I'm actually moving down. We're gonna sign a lease like the night that I'm filming this. And so I'll probably head down before the end of June, July-ish. So obviously at that point, Disney parks will not be open, but SeaWorld and Universal will both be open, and I'm super excited to take my boyfriend to Universal. He's never been to Harry Potter World, and he's a massive fan of Harry Potter, just like I am, and I'm so excited to do that with him. But I think the first thing I'll do when I get to, like, when we actually are able to go to the Disney parks, is I want to ride Rise of the Resistance, because I still have not done it, and it's in my favorite park, and it's one of my favorite franchises ever, and I need to go. Question number 8 is, what is number 1 on your DCP bucket list? I'm gonna shamelessly plug my previous video up here, which was my complete Disney bucket list, but I would absolutely love to go scuba diving in the seas with Nemo and friends, and I think I'm gonna do that with my dad around Christmas time when they come down. Question number 9, final question of this video, is, what do you hope to take away from the program? I want to use my DCP as a springboard into my future career, and so I'm hoping that I'll do this DCP and, you know, apply for professional internships, and audition for different shows, hopefully be cast in something or be offered a professional internship, and then move on to do a job, a big girl job, so to speak, to do something with marketing or communications or writing or something with theater or because I have kind of a broad skill base and there's a lot of jobs that are available for those kind of fields. So I'm hoping my DCP will give me a little bit more of a competitive edge, plus just get me down in Orlando, which is the biggest thing. Yeah, I hope it'll springboard a career. I mean, even if that career is not necessarily with Disney, I absolutely want to stick around Disney as long as possible, as long as they'll have me. But, you know, it's something to be said to have such competitive and remarkable, really, jobs on your resume, because everyone knows who Disney is. And to say that, yeah, I worked in Walt Disney World, even in costuming, is still like, wow, you interacted with people from across the world and things like that. But I also am just really excited to make friends and to start a new chapter in my life while I'm young. It buys me time before I have to face the real world, and I'm not mad about that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on this similar content that I'm making on YouTube. Also, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.